So I've just got to the part of the forest that I plan to stay in for tonight, and there's been quite a large wildfire that's been caused by somebody having a fire that's got out of control. So it's unsettled me, to be honest with you, because the last thing I want to do is contribute to that. I think I'm just going to set the hammock up and do a little bit of cooking on the beach later on tonight, make a coffee and just reset tomorrow and see if there's somewhere else that would be a little bit more suitable to have a fire. But it just doesn't matter how good your skill set is. Sometimes you've just got to have the humility to call it. It's a nice breeze. Might be a little bit chilly later, but I don't think it'll kill me. It's been about 2 months now since I've been out on a solo trip, mostly because I've been really busy, but secondly, I often find summer camps quite tricky, just because of things like we saw earlier with the ground fires and everything like that. And it's just a lot of responsibility. You've got to be so careful, and it really doesn't matter how good at bushcraft you think you are, or it just doesn't matter. Sometimes things are just not right, and you have to listen to that, because it's just not worth it. And as much as I wanted to have a fire today, it has actually forced me to just slow down. And I haven't really had anything to do other than setting up my hammock and the walk here. It's just been really simple, and I think that's what I needed. It's got to be about 9 o'clock, maybe a little bit later. So the sun will be setting in about half an hour, so hopefully I've got enough time to make some nice food. But at least here, I know I can't cause a forest fire, but again, it's just worked out so well. I'd never have thought to come down here and eat. I would have always just eaten in the forest. So there's a silver lining for everything, right? Right, good time to show you. Saying that this isn't that dry. This stuff. I'll show you how flammable this stuff is. Now we're camping. I was way too clean earlier. Just obviously where I didn't have to chop down any trees or really do any manual labour. It just felt wrong. Now I feel like we're camping now. It's just wrong going camping and being clean. Just doesn't add up. These are going to be so dry. I've got some sauce. Hopefully this is cooked. Let's try it. Looks more like a taco, but I'll take it. Feeling a bit stressed lately, and honestly, it's all just gone. Just like that, it's just like it's evaporated. And look, I guess it's not always that simple. Sometimes we've got stuff going on in our life. We've got people that are sick or sort of real problems that take our time and attention. But for the most part, there isn't much that this can't fix. There's really not. We're not supposed to be indoors all the time, watching telly all the time. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. I'd obviously do it myself. But I really do think this is a missing link in a lot of our lives. If you're somebody that's feeling stressed, if you're feeling sort of run down or agitated, restless all the time, and you don't know why, chances are it's probably because you need something like this. Slept really well last night. It wasn't cold at all. There was a nice breeze coming through, and with how hot it's been, it was actually really nice. I was worried it was, well, I wasn't worried, but I thought it might be a little bit cold yesterday. But it wasn't. I did watch back some of the footage from yesterday, and I've got a new microphone, which I've got here. And in most of the clips, all you can hear is me breathing. So hopefully I can edit that out. If I'm not able to edit it out, then genuinely thank you so much for still being here and watching, because if I watch the video on YouTube or anywhere and and I could hear somebody breathing, I would turn it off. So I appreciate it if you're still here. I've just fallen out my hammock. I'm stuck. I can't get out. I'm stuck in the net. Oh, sorry, mate. Another spider. So this is called fatwood. And basically what it is a build-up of resin in pine trees that you'll find in dead branches. So when the branches are dying, the tree will try and prioritise nutrients to keep the branch alive, and most times they'll die. And what you're left with is this really sort of nice smelling resin that's highly flammable. So if you're ever in the forest and you need to start a fire, your best chances in a pine forest, if you don't have equipment with you, is to cut one of these off and just process it. So to get some small shavings, and then a strike from a ferro rod will ignite it, or you can obviously use a lighter. But this will probably burn, just that bit there will burn 3 to 4 times longer than if the wood is sort of dry like that and doesn't have any resin in it. So I'm going to use this now to go and make myself a coffee. I'm still going to go down to the beach, and it's my first coffee. I've been here for 24 hours, so that's the first for me as well. It's usually the first thing I do, so let's go. So I'm in a few bushcraft and wild camping Facebook groups, and there seems to be a massive divide between people that will always have a campfire, like myself, and then there's people that will never have a campfire, and they tend to get quite offended if they see people having fires. And I obviously fall on the side of the fence of people that will always have a fire. And my view of people that go camping and don't have fires, I sort of think, well, what's the point? Why go camping if you're not going to have a fire? But I have to be honest in saying that my opinions have really changed. They haven't changed enough for me to change. I'm still going to have a fire whenever I can. But my point is that I really do see the appeal in it. it's been really nice to just spend the day relaxing and just going for a walk and not worrying about the fire getting out of control. Or it's just been so nice, and it makes a nice change, it really does. It's the end of the day now, and I'm trying to find the right words to say to describe the day that I've had, and it's something that I really struggle to do. But one thing I will say is, coming out and having experiences like this, it really helps me to regain perspective on just how lucky I am, really. At times you get so stuck in a mundane routine that you do tend to forget that you're alive, and coming out here and doing this is, for me, the most powerful way to remind myself of just how lucky I am. Something I should think about a little bit more. Right, I'm going to bed. Good night. There is something very close to me making loud noises. I have no idea what it is. Oh my God, my heart was absolutely pounding. At first, all I could hear was his footsteps, and it sounded big. And my main worry was that it was a person. Oh my God. I don't think I'm going to sleep now for a while. My heart is racing. I've just fallen out my hammock. I'm stuck. How have I done that? Oh my God.